What up, y'all? How's it going? Good afternoon. Cool. Alright, so today, me and my brother have kind of been out for the last few hours. We picked up my brother's film, which is good. I picked up my contacts, which is good. We ate some lunch, which is good. That's about all we did, I think. Yeah. So that's cool and all. Yeah. Other than that, the only other thing that has happened today is I got the results from the Sundance collaboration monthly challenge back, and I didn't place in anything. A little bit of a bummer, but it's okay. I mean, like, it was a great learning experience. It was a great experience in general, just to like have a certain deadline to like be motivated towards finishing, rather than just like my own for one of my own projects, rather than just like going off of my own deadlines. So it was nice to work under that high pressure atmosphere. So that was like very interesting, but also a lot of fun. And it's also like a cool type of insight into the future if I ever like do work as like a director or something like that for somebody else, you know, or work on the production side of things for somebody else, you know, to keep up with the deadlines. So yeah, so that was cool. I did like watch back like the ones that did place, and I'd say like the biggest difference between those ones and mine was the use of information in their PSAs. And I mean, like, a PSA should be full of information. So yeah, there was a lot of like detailed information that they gave, like statistics and articles and things of that sort. That was like a huge difference between those pieces and my piece, because I think my piece was more of like a narrative based more off of feeling and invoking emotion, rather than like leaning towards the facts and numbers and all of that stuff. So that was really interesting to see the results. There was one that I really thought was going to win, but it got second place. So yeah, it was really interesting to see like how the judges chose, you know, which ones placed. But overall, it was still a fun experience. Really grateful to just have done it and taking it as a great learning experience towards moving to the future, and really like diving deeper into like what's requested from the prompt that, you know, they give us, and then doing more research into like how I can create my project, you know, around that prompt that they've given us. So yeah, my brother and I just finished watching a movie. I mean, we just finished talking, but we finished watching a movie before that called The Killing of Two Lovers. It hasn't been released yet, but there is a special release up until Thursday that the Lincoln Center was showing on their website. So I paid for the rental, and, you know, we got to watch it. And it's a neon film, and I believe it was a Sundance selection as well. But it is a really good movie. Really well developed film. I love the way it was shot. It was also like shot in like my brother's favorite aspect ratio. So like that was like really interesting. Again, to like watch more movies like that. Cause like from my brother being here, like I've definitely like grown to like that type of aspect ratio and stuff. Cause it's just like very different for my eyes. But yeah, so that was like, it was a really good movie though, in terms of the acting, the characters, the character development, if there is really development, kind of development. I mean, like, there is character development, it's just not like, it doesn't always have to be productive development, there's just development. So yeah, the character development, the character dynamics, the relationship dynamics, like the cinematography, it was just like the editing too. I was like a fan of the editing. There's like a scene where these people are in the car and like they're talking to each other, but the focus is on the person that's not talking, and I felt like that was such a really cool aspect to bring out, because I feel like it made the depth of the scene feel larger, because usually the camera usually focuses on the person talking with occasional cuts to somebody who's like listening, you know, just to see their reactions. But when the focus is on someone who's not talking, like the focus is on someone who's not talking, and you hear the whole like dialogue from the other person in the scene, and you're just watching someone's reactions, I thought that was like super dope to just like watch, because it makes it feel more real, first of all, and it also just like adds like a depth to the scene, and like it just like, yeah, it made the scene feel a lot bigger, and that was like really dope. So that was something I really liked about the editing. There are also a lot of really like good things as well that I liked about the editing, like the sound mastering I thought was really dope. It reminded me actually of like my film Forgetting You in a way, my first Forgetting You, because of just like the play with like sounds and negative emotions. But on top of that, I think they did like a lot better job of like creating a realism with that sound effect, you know. So that's like, it was really dope. And also just the concept and the story and the writing, it just felt so real, like in such an uncomfortable way, that it's just like phenomenal. It's just like, it feels like this is something you could see in your daily life. It seems like this could be these could be your next door neighbors, you know, and this is just a life that people go through. And it's so crazy, just like how real the situation is, you know. There's no bailouts into fantasy or bailouts into like, you know, like paranormal things or like sci-fi types of things. It's just like straight drama, and it's so real, and it's terrifying how real it is. But it's a really good movie. Whenever it comes out, y'all should give it a watch. The Killing of Two Lovers, I believe. Yeah. But yeah, really good movie, and I'm really glad that I found it on one of the accounts that I follow on Instagram, and that like they were showing it. So cool. All right. Let's see. That's about it. Other than that, I finished up writing a screenplay that we're planning on filming next Tuesday. So that's just the first draft. I'll probably draft up some more between now and like next Tuesday, but for now this is like the script that we have going, and I'm excited to film it. And yeah, just gotta work on memorizing the lines, because it's very dialogue heavy, and it's the first piece I've written that's dialogue heavy, and I'm gonna be in it, so I gotta like work on memorizing those lines. So cool. All right. Dope. That's it. So tomorrow we're gonna do a photo shoot and gonna hang out with Kayla and Andrew in the evening, and that's it. So cool. Thank y'all for watching. Love y'all, and have a good night. Peace.